Greetings. Happy Wednesday. Peace and blessings. I'm the Moon Mama. How are y'all doing today? I am having a time of it. Let me tell you, the sun in Aries, and this is not what I want to talk about today because this is not a Sunday, but the sun in Aries demands courage. And so, whatever we're going through in our lives right now, it has an edge of needing to sort of fight or, have some fire behind it because the sun is in Aries, and Aries is this opportunity to really bring new energy into light. So that's why I encourage you all to join the 13 Moons Sacred Rage cycle. Sacred Rage, using your anger to ignite change, because this Aries energy is exactly what that is. And I am experiencing myself. I feel Aries is very much the warrior. It's alone. It feels reactive. So you might be experiencing things that anger you, things that tick you off, things that make you feel like you need to fight, and or things that make you feel isolated. I know that's what I'm experiencing because Pluto is in a trine with my ascendant right now. So I'm feeling really isolated and, like the lone ranger, and like it's me, like me against the world, that kind of stuff. So I invite you to join the 13 Moons, my cats, y'all, the 13 Moons initiation. Also, Rebirthing the Authentic Self. It's a year-long course. Everything is recorded. But this course, this month, I'm going to have Lene Denise. Every month, I'm going to have an incredible speaker come in that's going to rock your world, because that is going to help you bring in a new understanding of how to work with a particular energy, because they're already doing it in their lives and they're already succeeding at it. And so this is an opportunity as we move into the age of Aquarius to embody new energy. So I encourage you. Both of these classes, these year-long classes, are fantastic. The other class that I'm now beginning to offer is Pluto Retrograde. This is just a ritual-based course. Pluto Retrograde begins on April 27th. And Pluto Retrograde is about personal authority. And so we'll be doing the rituals to ignite your personal authority in your life. And what I'll say, this is for people who feel really stuck, who feel like you're not able to get what you want, like your needs are not getting met. I know there was a time in my life where I used to watch Oprah, the TV show, but I would think about her and think, this woman can make everything she wants to have happen. She can make it happen. That's power. You need power to make things happen in your life. And this Pluto retrograde is going to be the time for us to regenerate our power. And I'm going to be offering the rituals, and there'll be one live class. Pluto retrograde lasts 6 months. So for 6 months, we'll be doing these rituals, and they'll be light rituals. Those energies are light. They're subtle. The energies are subtle. The work that I do is subtle because it's about feminine power. Feminine power is the most powerful energy because it commands the unseen forces, right? So that's what we're going to be working with in Pluto. That's what we're also working with in the Rebirthing the Authentic Self. That's what we're also working with in the moon work. So it's all this internal energy that helps you build your internal world, that gives you the power you need to create what you want externally. So today is a Mercury day, and Mercury is at the 23rd degree of Pisces. Mercury is our mind. How do we think? Let me see if this lighting feels weird to me. It's how we think. And so Mercury, it's how we think, how we communicate. The basics of it is, people will say, astrologers will say it's talking, communicating, and how you think. It's also financial transactions. It's also short-term travel, things like that. Mercury in the pantheon of gods is the only deity that could go to heaven and hell. Your mind can take you into the most incredible thoughts, or your mind can take you into hell, into the most painful thoughts. Your mind is what creates our reality. This is a reality built on the mind. Everything that we see and experience. This necklace, somebody thought about it first. It came out of somebody's mind. The chair I'm sitting in, somebody thought about it. The shirt I'm wearing, somebody thought about it. Everything comes out of the mind. So it's important for you to understand that your mind is your most powerful tool in creating, but it is connected to the heart, right? The heart actually is the generating force of what your mind then takes on and makes. So, we are living in our hearts in a lot of ways. We're living in our hearts in every way, because what we feel and believe, we think, and then it becomes this experience that we're having, and our heart is at the core of that, the mind and the heart. So the 23rd degree in Pisces is the subconscious. It's this nebulous. It's this everything, every possibility, everything exists. And the 23rd degree is randomness, right? So in this experience of Mercury in the mind with randomness, it's almost too much to even try to consider. But really, in my way, the way I look at it, because I have a Pisces rising, and the Pisces and Mercury's at conjunct my ascendant right now, it's really doing the work so that you can trust what shows up. That's how it works for me. It's like I've planted the seeds, I've created the structures, I've done the work so that I can then open up to the divinity, to the mastery of the universe to function through me, randomness, and I know that whatever I get is exactly what I need. So with Mercury, your thoughts, right? You want to just open up to compassion today, right? Randomness is like, just be compassionate with yourself, whatever thoughts come, because the sun in Aries is bringing up a lot of stuff for us, right? A lot of stuff for people. So whatever comes up, anger or rage, I know for me what's coming up, because the moon is in Scorpio. The moon is in Scorpio at the 21st degree when I looked at it. And that's harmony. And so the thing about the moon in Scorpio, what has come up for me is shame, because Scorpio is our shadow. So it's like looking at the places where I have shame. And one of the things that I have given myself permission to admit, like I've always had this sense of knowing that one day I'm going to win the lottery. And I've been shameful about it because it feels like it's cheating or it's cheap and I just was like, why? Like, this is fun. Everything else in your life is so structured and so intentional. And so, like, play, have fun. Like, I was ashamed of the way that I played. And if any of you know human design, like, I have the code in the human design for those who gamble. So literally, I'm like, it's okay. Give yourself permission to gamble and do the thing that feels fun and random and like, like you're wrestling with the universe and playing with fire. Like, I need that in my life. I need to live on that edge a little bit. And so what showed up is the shame and sexual shame, like around my desires and what I actually prefer. Like this weekend I was with all of my girlfriends and all of them are married. All of them have husbands and have for many years, most of them. And that's not who I am. It's not who I am. It's not what I want. Though I love deep connections with people, though I love deep, intimate relationships, I do not have a desire to be married. I do not have a desire to be partnered in that way that marriage sort of requires. Though I desire aspects of that, I don't desire it in a conventional way. And so shame came up for me around that, like that I love very deeply, and that does not include marriage. And so I'm really like, with this Mercury in Pisces, this randomness, the mind, our thoughts, and the moon in Scorpio, deeper meanings, right? Deeper meanings. So I'm looking at the deeper meanings of my shame, of the shame. It's not mine. It's not mine, but of the shame that's presenting itself. I'm looking at the why, and I'm seeing like, oh, you're ashamed of the fact that you like to gamble a little bit. You play the lottery. You're ashamed of the fact that you have your own definition of deep sexual intimacy, and that it doesn't include marriage. It's so interesting. One of the things, marriage did something inside of me, and it was an interesting experience because I was bored. I was bored in it, and just as I'm saying that, it makes me want to cry because it's just my truth, right? And so I grow bored with experiences that feel too much like the same things over and over and over again, unless they're with just myself, because then I'm married to me, and I love that. So, but I have incredible, deep, intimate relationships with many men, Some of those relationships include sex, most of them don't. But the connection, the intimacy, the willingness to be vulnerable, to share, is something that I enjoy without the construct of marriage, and it's okay for me to have that. And so so look at your life and see where you're unique, and give yourself permission to stand for yourself. With the sun in Aries, it's like be a warrior for yourself, a warrior for your own needs, desires, and ways of being. And with that, I'm the Moon Mama. I look forward to you joining the courses. I'm just excited to do the work that I do. So peace and blessings. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.